Good evening, people. I thought I'd get this done earlier than possible, and this is part 3 of the P900 camera repair. And the last evening when I left it, I said about the thumbwheel switch here not working, and as I said, I shall just remind you about the problems I had. And we had problems with the pins here. That's the first photo. I will bring the second photo over, and what we had was the fact that these pins, as you can see here, weren't aligned. Now, I struggled to make a connection with this, and these were deemed as good, although one pin would move back out on this fella, so get rid of this one. Talk about this one here, because this was the crux of the matter. The back pins. Let's raise her up a little bit, shall we? There, so you can see it. And let's drop them down slightly. And as I talk with this, and so these pins, as you can see, are out slightly. One of these came back, and what I actually did was once I turned off the camera and finished, I was a bit miffed and I was a bit tired, but one thing I thought was that I don't give up easily. And again, people saying, you got the patience. You didn't hear me off camera, as I suggested, about the trials and tribulations of this thumbwheel saga and the cable that slots into that connector. Now, I have to say I fixed it, and what I didn't do was change the PCB. So I came up with a slight little brainwave of how I could actually get this to actually stick or solder, and basically I flowed the solder along here again, creating obviously a bit of drag of solder, and then what I did is I actually cleaned up my solder tip so that it was completely dry and void of any solder. And then what I did is I actually got this implement. Let's see if I can get that, see that, and basically what I did is let's get this right the right way. I held it down against the connector with the left hand, like so, to keep pressing the connector down onto the board with a slight bit of force, and then with my dry clean soldering iron, which was still hot, I actually wiped along the connector, this here, with my soldering iron along here, to try and remove any of the shorts. And once I took my soldering iron away, put it back in the holder, I maintained the hold with this so that and then blew on it to try and resolve the let's call the solder. And then once I let go, I then came in with this trusty implement, which is very, very sharp. It still looks like an elephant's foot under the camera. And with this scalpel blade, or a Stanley knife blade, which is a bit thicker than a scalpel blade, I actually went in and cleared out any shorts, and went in alongside the connector to actually remove any shorts. And hey presto, it kicked in. And what I should do is, just to prove to you that it is working, I shall power the thing up now. I shall take the end cap off so we can actually see, and it powers up. Let's go here. So it powers up, this screen's on, and if I take him away slightly so you can see, so let's go to menu, and now what I can do is, I'll tell you what, I don't want that to be too bright, so I'll just put that on there a minute, if it makes it any better. Not sure. Let's have a look. Well, you'll probably be able to see it from here. So if I go down to the menus, I can now, perhaps if I take the exposure off slightly, it might be a bit better. Don't know. Let's try the white balance, shall we? See if that makes it any better. Nope. Okay. Let's have a look at the brightness. No, it doesn't make it. Oh, do beg your pardon with that. Reset that. Yes. Now, coming across to here, as you can see, now I can actually scroll down and press, and I can actually select that. You hear the little beep. Okay, cancel that with the OK button, and come on down again. Let's try. Go to current settings, and as you can see, I can use this button. I'll go back, come back up to here, scroll down and go to, press the OK button, and away we got on and off. I can say OK, and it beeps there to confirm, and it's all quite good. And I put it all back together again, so at least I didn't have to reseat the or change the PCB, so it's all good news. So it is a fully functional, bona fide P900 camera working back together. I cleaned it all up, got rid of all the little marks on it, and what I also did is, as you can see here, there was the ring which had the broken glass in it, and what I did is I used this rather robust pair of cutters to actually chop away at the ring slightly to make it a little bit thinner and a bit more flexible. So I chopped away at that, and then what I could actually do is then just prise this out slightly, and that's the internal ring which I got out, and this was the thing that was smashed, and I got that off, and as you can see, it's fully back homed. Bring her out again, switch her on, I can drive her out, see, and yeah, it's and it'll come back home, and there we are. So I think I shall, I just went out today and took a few pictures, and I'd say this is fully infrared, and I walked out for a lunchtime stroll, and yeah, I saw a few strange things similar to what Jack Streaming has done on her channel. Check Jack Streaming out on her channel with these little anomalies in the sky. I'm not sure, but when I captured it the same, but there were some dark anomalies floating about which I captured, which I thought were rather strange. So I'll play a video that I got, and it's all in infrared, so when I'm talking about the nice greenery, it all looks sort of pinky and reds, but I shall play that as a testament to the repair of this camera, and many settings I did do also, and yeah, so but thank you ever so much for the kind comments in the previous videos, and I hope this has been of some help to somebody. I have potentially got 3 more P9s on the way, which I might try and refurbish, all at differing different degrees of brokenness, which I might actually, excuse me, I might actually try and attempt, and if I make a good one out of the 3, or maybe 2, I might actually give one away to some deserving cause. Whoever gives me the best comment or something like that, I don't know. It depends. I'm open to consensus, but I'm certainly not in it to make money. I'd rather give it to some deserving charity or something like that, you know, because that's, well, I guess that's how I'm wired. I know it sounds a bit finger down the throat moment, but there's a satisfaction one gets out of doing something like this. I should offer it back to the person I bought it from, because I feel a bit guilty for getting it so cheaply, but efforts abound, and it is now repaired. So there is a slight, I will point out, there is a slight dink in it from where, actually it's very hard to see now, you have to actually, there it is. Not sure if you'd be able to, you can see a little nick there, right in on there, where it's actually, that's the only deformation. The rear support mechanism looks really good, and there's a new battery, and everything else is probably been better conditioned than what mine was when I broke mine. Yes. So anyway, I shall leave you with a slight little video of what I took during my lunchtime walkabout. So again, thanks ever so much, people, for watching, and thank you for the support as ever. And I shall probably do some more of these, and you know, I'm probably bound to find one that is completely useless like mine was, but nevertheless keeps me out of trouble, and to a certain extent gets me into trouble soon. So many thanks for tuning in. Happy weekend, everyone. I hope it is going to be as fruitful as my week has been for the weekend. But save me rambling on. I'll catch you all later. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Out for a lunchtime stroll, and the sun's gone in. Getting a bit nasally with a hay fever. Was it long COVID? I don't know. Tractor. Oh, that's Mr. Clarkson there. Probably not. It's Plessy's ground here. Just out for a nice lunchtime stroll. It's our football and cricket ground in there, through those gates. Just had a nice revamp, that place. Hardly used now. This is called Belliver Way, this road. Belliver. It's a Belliver road. We've got people like so just go quick look down there. Bert's crisps are down there somewhere. You just smell them frying crisps. Belliver Way. It's very green. Smell of fresh grass. Absolutely wonderful. Smell of wildlife. I'll watch crossing the road in a minute. And here we are. There's old Dave coming in. He's a good old egg, is Dave. Here's the gatehouse. I'm going to have to stop filming in a minute. Gary, the security guard. What a bloody hell think you're all doing? And there we are, there's the Plessy building. We'll have to cross over now.